Welcome back. National Signing Day rolls on. This 2022 version brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. There you see highlight footage of none other than five-star quarterback Cade Klubnik, named the Max Preps National Player of the Year. He's going to play his college ball for the Clemson Tigers. Standout prospect. You've known that name for quite a while now if you follow recruiting. And there are several names that we're about to get into momentarily. We're our guys from Max Preps, but here you see some of those names right now in advance of that. As I mentioned, Cade Klubnik, the National Player of the Year. We just talked a lot about Travis Hunter, and we heard from his head coach, or will be head coach, at Jackson State, Deion Sanders. Drew Aller, huge, pivotal name for this Nittany Lions top 10 signing class. And a couple of more guys, in fact, several more guys. Let's dive into this right now and bring in Steve Montoya and Zach Poff from Max Preps. And I wanted to start, guys, with this Max Preps Player of the Year, Cade Klubnik. Steve, I'll start with you. What kind of player are we looking at here?
We're looking at a winner. Comes down to that. He's won 3 state titles at Westlake. They have a 40-game win streak with him at the quarterback. He didn't really lose as a starter when he took over. He lost 1 game in his career, but he wasn't a starter at that time. He's thrown for over 7,000 yards during his career, 86 touchdowns. And Austin Westlake, I mean, this is a school that has produced a lot of good quarterbacks. Drew Brees, Nick Foles, Sam Ellinger. And you're talking about maybe the best of them all, at least coming out of high school, obviously, is Cade Klubnik. So Clemson fans should be very happy here. This guy is just a winner.
Zach, how college ready do you perceive him to be coming out of high school?
I think he's close, man. I think he's going to be right there. You know, I love DJ Uwangole. You know, he might have had a kind of a rough season last year, but I think it's DJ's job to lose. But I expect Cade Klubnik to, you know, come right in and battle for that starting position. I expect him to be the backup, but you know, I expect Cade Klubnik to be a baller when he gets to Clemson. I mean, you look at Austin Westlake, head coach Todd Dodge. This guy's an absolute legend. He's got his guys ready to play at an early level when they do get to college. So I expect Cade Klubnik to, you know, get some first-team reps and see what he can do in the spring, and we'll see what Dabo decides to do. But I think DJ will be the starter, and I expect Cade Klubnik to kind of be the backup next year.
Steve, we've talked a lot about Travis Hunter. Hey, Steve. Not Will Fong. I'm talking to Montoya right here. We've talked a lot about Travis Hunter, and we've also talked a lot about Jackson State. And there's a lot of headline just around the story that is, but I want to talk about the player that Travis Hunter is. Do you have a comp? Like, do you think of another player throughout history when you see him play?
Man, that's a very, very good question. I think since we've been doing this, he's got to be the most exciting player that we've seen come out of high school, just in terms of just like when you put on his game film, when you watch him play, just how exciting he is to watch, because it's hard to compare him to really anyone, because he just does everything for this team. And he's arguably one of the most exciting players we've ever seen come out of high school, and we've been doing this for a long time. So I know I didn't really answer your question that well. It's just because I don't know if I can compare it to anybody else, because just how fun he was to watch.
Hey, I got one for you. This is Pate State material right here. A guy I'm going to comp him to is Charles Woodson, because Charles Woodson was that guy we saw at Michigan all out on both sides of the ball. And I feel like Travis Hunter is going to do exactly that. You know, I've been working at Max Preps like 7-8 years now, and Travis Hunter is as good as any high school player I've seen during my time covering high school football. This guy's an absolute baller on both sides of the ball. He was the #1 wide receiver in the country last year, in my opinion, and also the #1 cornerback. As a junior, he was named our Max Preps Junior Player of the Year. The dude had 137 receptions that year, 1,700 plus yards, 24 TDs. He led Collinsville all the way to the state championship game that year. They lost. Came back a senior year, they won a state title, and you know he's going to be fun to watch at Jackson State. And how happy is Shadur Sanders? Not only does he get Travis Hunter to throw the ball to, he also got the Missouri Max Preps Player of the Year, Kevin Coleman, a 4-star recruit, a top 50 player overall. So Shadur Sanders is probably the happiest dude in America right now.